Hi friends, it's Cassie and welcome back for another Trinity Stamps video. Today we're going to be making a slimline card using some fun products, so let's talk about those. This is the Do Re Meow stamp set, and it was previously released I think last year, but it's fabulous, so I had to bring it in along with their matching dies. And I love that Trinity has the matching dies for the sentiments. It's just one of my favorite things. We also have the layered pine stencil, and then we have this rooftop die that was just recently released, and I went ahead and cut that out of some dark navy cardstock. And then we have a panel of light blue cardstock that is trimmed down to 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches. I'm going to pull out that layered pine stencil, and we're going to do a little bit of ink blending right on the top of this using some ink on 3 colors. This first color is called Goddess Green, and I am using the first part of the stencil. There are 3 actual layers to it, which is super cool. And what I'm doing is I'm putting these trees all in that background just to make it look like they are poking up from the houses all around. And I should have actually taped it down, but you know, I'm kind of a little bit of a lazy crafter. I've said that before, and I'm just trying to hold it in place. On this one, I do end up getting some of that past the edge of the stencil, but that's going to get covered by the house, so I'm not super worried about it. I love the idea of these trees poking up from behind those houses. We now live in an area where there are lots and lots of trees, but before we moved here to Alabama, we were in El Paso, Texas, and there were not many trees at all. So what you saw was desert. So it's fun anytime I get an opportunity to see trees and stamp trees, or in this case stencil them. So now I'm going to bring in another ink on 3 color. This is the Trinity Teal color. It's one of their new ones, and you might be thinking, why would you put teal over green? Well, just look at how these are going to layer on top of each other, and you're going to be like, oh yes, those go over the top of each other very beautifully. So I'm using the second part of the stencil, and I'm just going to do that for all of those tree pieces. Once again, probably should have taped them down, but I'm doing a pretty decent job of holding them with my hand. And this is also, like I said, just supposed to be part of the background. So we're just going to keep layering those. And they're not necessarily perfect, but it does look really cool. And I love how that Trinity Teal just layers up over the top of that Goddess Green just beautifully. I'm going to take what's left on my blender buddy of that Trinity Teal, and I'm going to blend that over that soft light blue cardstock. So I did want this to be a little bit more of a nighttime scene, but this is a fun way to start with some color without having to go too crazy with color. You know, I could have started with a white background, but just having that light blue cardstock made it that much easier to really build that color up. If I wanted this to look even more like a nighttime sky, I should have brought in like even darker blues. But I am just layering that Trinity Teal right on top of each other, and it is darkening and deepening as I go, and I end up being really happy with it. So super fun. I'm going to dry that, make sure that that is nice and dry, because I do want to use some embossing powder, and I'm going to test that out, and it looks like that embossing powder is not going to stick. So now we're going to bring in the last part of the stencil. And what I'm going to do with this is just take my juicy embossing ink by Ink on 3. I'm going to take the pad right to the stencil. You could use like a blender brush or something like that, but I figured this works just as good. So I'm going to cover that with some embossing powder, and this is supposed to puff up, and it does a really good job of puffing up. So it's not just like a plain white, it's a little bit more chunky, and I'll show you in the end how that looks on there. It almost looks like snow. It's so cool. You could go with something that would be a lot smoother, like a fine detail embossing powder, but I love how this is just kind of chunky, and it looks like snow might look sitting on the tree branches. So I'll continue to do that on all of those trees, just heat setting those until that, I don't want to say smooth and melted, but it does melt, and it's easy to tell that it's doing it. It goes from more of a off-white to a bright white. And then we'll do our last one here as well, and then I'll bring it up real close and show you just how cool that really looks with that embossing powder. And everything will be linked down below in the description box, so you can check it out if it's something you're interested in. I did get a little bit of residual, so I'm just going to use a dry paintbrush to sweep away any of that excess. And this is how that looks. See, look at how chunky that is. It's really cool. All right, I have to add some splatter like it's snowing, so I've brought in my Trinity palette, And I'm going to just bring in a little bit of water with a paintbrush, activate those paints, and then I am going to end up splattering that like silvery one all over that background. Oh, it's just gorgeous, adds so much shimmer. And then I'm going to go into the gold. I decided I just really wanted to have a little bit of that gold in there as well for a little bit of variation. So we'll splatter that gold all over that background, and then I'll have to show you how gorgeous that is up close as well, because it doesn't look like much right now. And in person, it's even better, but check it out. And then in the light, oh my goodness, I'm in love. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so we're going to set that off to the side to dry. For this stencil, I do want there to be some lights, so I'm just taking some Bee Sting Yellow from Ink on 3, blending that onto some white cardstock, and then I'm going to trim it down, use a little bit of liquid glue, and adhere that right to the back of my rooftop die. And then there'll just be like some little lights peeking through, so it's really nice. Cut off a couple more squares because there are 2 more windows, and then we'll put a little bit of liquid glue around that and stick those down. And I love that this die is one of those that can be used. I mean, it came out at Christmas time. Obviously, it's great for that, but you could use this all year round. This is just a great all-around die for whatever you might want to, whatever kind of card you might want to make. But yes, works beautifully for Christmas as well. So I'll put some liquid glue on the back of that, and then I'll stick that right down. And then we're going to go on to our stamping. I have some Express It blending card, and then I'm inking that up with some Blackout ink by Ink on 3, which is great for Copic coloring. And then I'll stamp all my images and my sentiments down, and then we'll move on to our coloring. I'll put all the colors up on the screen, and typically these cats, the way that they are designed, probably wouldn't be like the way I'm coloring them, but if you ever watch me at all, you know that Siamese are kind of a thing, so I have to color these Siamese. And so I'm just kind of ignoring the markings that they might have and using those colors up there. We have E81, and I went ahead and did my darkest, E87, and then I'm going to blend that out with my E84. So that is another way that you can blend with your Copics. You don't necessarily have to go from lightest to darkest. In that order, I went from lightest, darkest to mid-tone, and then back to the lightest. And we're going to do that for all 3 of our cats. You could color these all different ways. There are so many different kinds of cats, but I thought that this would be fun, like my little Max and my little Miles. So it's a funny story. In my office, I have one of those IKEA calyxes. It's the big, like a rectangle, and it has all these squares. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. But they do make a little pet cubby, and it has a hole in it, but it's like their little bins, except it has a hole right in the front. So I do have one of those for my boys. And when they were really little, they slept in it all the time. Well, recently, they've been getting back in it. Even though they're big and they are really having to bunch themselves to get in it, it's so cute because they fill that little box. At first, I was thinking I was going to get rid of it because they weren't really using it, and they must have heard me, so now they're back in it all the time. It's really fun. So, they technically have 3 beds in my office. I mean, the dog's always in one, but the cats, they have their choices now. It's fun. All right, so even for our final cat, we're doing that exact same thing, blending out finally with our lightest color. And then we're going to bring in some Christmassy colors. I still need a few more Christmas cards. So, but for their ears and their nose and their mouth, I'm using R81. And then I'm going to bring in some green. We'll start with some G05. And then my next darkest color, which isn't that drastic, is actually the G09. So you could go even darker here, but I didn't go too crazy. And then we're going to move on to some reds. So I have R17 and R29. We'll start with the R17. We'll color their little tongues. And then the hat and the booties on the 1. And then we'll come in with that R29 just to add a little bit of shadowing and shading. These are a little bit smaller images. But you could do 3 color blends if you wanted to. I just chose not to. We'll blend that out just a little bit with our R17. And then we're going to come in with a Y19 for that star on the One Little Kitty's, for the One Little Kitty's hat. And then we're also going to bring in like a, I think it's a C3, just to add a little bit of you know, shadowing on their cuffs and stuff. And then we'll get ready to cut everything out with the matching dies, running that through my little die cutting machine. Even the sentiments, like I said, I love that Trinity Stamps has that. And then we're going to start arranging things on the front of our card. Before I actually attach anything, I do want to stamp out some of the little musical notes around the cats, just so that we have a little bit of something like that going on in that background. So, so cute. You could save it and maybe just do some embellishments if you wanted to, but I think that adds so much when you add those little musical notes. We're doing that with that Blackout ink. And then now we're going to go ahead, after we've gotten all those stamped, we'll start gluing everything down. I like how they can just kind of stand on the house. I just thought this scene would be so much fun, just having the little cats doing their fa-la-las or the do-re-mi-yows. I think that's such a clever name for a stamp set. And then we'll even tack down all their little sentiments. So that first one says, how does a cat sing scales? Or yeah, and then the other one says do-re-mi-yow. And I did stamp out, we wish you a meowy Christmas. That's going to go on the inside. I do have a panel cut down. This is 7 inches by 8.5 inches, and I'm scoring it at 3.5 inches. So that will be a top folding slimline card. And then we're going to bring in those kitty stamps one more time, along with some Marilyn red ink on 3. And we're going to stamp all 3 of them right in the center. I have to do something on the centers of my, or the insides of my cards. It's just who I am. Every once in a while I miss it, but most of the time I get it. And then we'll finally glue down our sentiment to the top of those cats. And then when we're done with that, we'll make sure that it's good and scored. And then we'll put some liquid glue on our panel and attach that down to our card base. And then that is actually going to do it. I love, love, love how this turned out. So much fun. Such a cute little fun scene. Lots of great glittery or glimmery shimmer on that background. So if you liked this card, go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.